Verdansk leaks have found their way onto the internet, and I am ready for it. Yesterday, I put out a video going over all the leaks / rumors that are projecting to come to Warzone. And then immediately after recording that video, a bunch of new stuff came out. So I'm gonna quickly go over the leaks / rumors that I went over yesterday, and then we'll get into all the new things that happened today. So buckle up, it's gonna be a good one. Yesterday, Charlie Intel tweeted out this. He said, Verdansk is set to return in Season 3. The map is similar to the OG Verdansk, and the stadium's accessible inside, but the roof is closed. And then lastly, the train system returns. This is a little bit concerning because according to Charlie Intel, Verdansk launches in Season 3. And Season 3 is set to come out in March 20th. It is now currently the 25th of February, which pretty much means that Verdansk is scheduled to come out in 3.5 weeks. Yet this is the first bit of news or leaks that we've had so far. There's been no marketing and no push for the actual map coming out. Then they went on to say that OG Verdansk is coming back. I personally thought we were going to get Verdansk 84 because currently Black Ops 6 is set in the 90s, so I just thought that Verdansk 84 made the most sense. But according to the rumors, we're going to be getting some form of OG Verdansk. That was everything we covered yesterday. Now, without further ado, let's go over all the new rumors that came out today. Everything kicked off when Charlie Intel tweeted out this tweet. He said, "We've been hearing for weeks that Activision is trying to go all out content-wise, in trying to make Verdansk return to Warzone the best they can after the last few months of how bad the game state is. It's one of the reasons why Season 2 of Warzone had absolutely nothing." This particular topic has been speculated for a while now. If you guys don't recall, Call of Duty made a tweet pretty much saying that Season 2 and Season 2.5 will not have as much content as normal. They said that they will be taking those seasons to try and fix the game and fix all the bugs and all the issues plaguing it. For those of y'all that haven't played the game since Black Ops 6 came out, I'll give you a little rundown. Right now, the game is infested with an insane amount of bugs, an insane amount of hackers, and so many glitches that it really is unplayable sometimes. Now, to Activision's credit, in Season 2, they did make a lot of bug fixes, and in Season 2.5 last week, they did address a lot of these issues as well. I've talked about this, and I do think that this is the play for right now. Fix the game first before Verdansk drops. So when this tweet came out saying it's one of the reasons why Season 2 of Warzone had absolutely nothing, that's all been speculated before, and we know this is the reason why. So the question is, what exactly are they going to do, and what type of content are they speaking of? Immediately after, Charlie Intel put out an absolute bomb on the TL. He said the Growl and HDR weapons are potentially returning to Call of Duty Warzone with Verdansk, per sources. Data miners have also found references to the original Rose operator potentially returning as well. So if we look here, this is the Growl, this is the HDR, and potentially the Rose skin is coming back as well. Then immediately after this, Modern Warzone, aka Doug, practically confirmed it for himself. He said as well, the Growl, HDR, and Rose return with Verdansk. The Growl and HDR are potentially returning with Verdansk according to Charlie Intel sources. The original Rose skin has also been found in the files by data miners and may be returning as well. Activision is digging into the nostalgia heavy here, and a lot of people are kind of on the fence on whether they like it or not. On one hand, you have people that say, oh, this is awesome, I love the nostalgia. And on the other side, you have people that are like, why can't Call of Duty make original content? Why are they giving us stuff that we've already bought from seasons before? And honestly, I can see both sides of this. When I felt like I had no one, when I felt like I couldn't talk to anybody, I knew I could just hop into the game and play with my boys. With that being said, things like the Rose skin and the Growl will only push us towards that nostalgia more and more. But then on the contrary, I understand where these guys are coming from as well. We've already paid for a Rose skin. We've already paid for these Growls. We've already used a lot of these things. Why can't Activision just make new content? I personally find myself somewhere in the middle because I do love nostalgia, but at the same time, I do want things to feel fresh. Just remember, we had Verdansk for practically 2 years, and the only reason why they were able to do that was because they kept putting new content out. Nakatomi Towers, Red Doors, and a bunch of other things that made the game somewhat fresh. Don't get me wrong, by the end of it, people were sick of Verdansk, which is why Caldera came out. I've talked about this many times before, but things like the Growl coming back, I think is a good thing for the game. If they do things like make an existing gun look like the Growl, but not actually be the Growl, I think people are going to be pissed. My hopes are that when the Growl comes out, it's an actual Growl. I hope they don't make the HRM look like the Growl and call it the Growl. The HDR has to look and feel like the OG HDR. The OG Growl has to look and feel like the OG Growl. Those iron sights were perfect, and if they mess that up, I promise you, people will be upset. Immediately after that post, Charlie Intel tweeted out another bomb. He said there's a possibility that the Kilo and AMAX also return to Warzone with Verdansk via the Ghost of Hope. For those of you that don't know who the Ghost of Hope is, he's a leaker that's been in the scene for a while now. And even though he's not always accurate, I will say he's accurate most of the time. So again, I take this with a grain of salt, but because Charlie Intel tweeted it, I personally think this might be true. And obviously you can see that this has brought a lot of hype to the game. Even YouTuber T-Dog Smitty is in here saying Call of Duty is back. Again, I really hope they don't mess this up because, for example, the Kilo is a fan favorite gun. Now, what I don't want them to do is imagine if they somehow converted the AMES in Black Ops 6 into the Kilo and just made a blooper for it that made it look this way. They cannot do that. They have to release the OG Kilo and they have to make it good. Now, when it comes to the AMAX, this is my baby. This is the gun that I personally love the absolute most. I'm gonna take claim here. I told DS Biffle to use this when it first came out and I gave him the class and he started frying with it. Joe, I love you, but this AMAX is mine. Jokes aside, I really do think Call of Duty has something special here. We saw how successful the OG Fortnite was, and people even said that Call of Duty made their decision to bring back Verdansk solely because of Fortnite's success. So we know what nostalgia does to the human brain, and we know that we are all suckers for it. Though we do have to ask ourselves, how long is that going to last? Because I'm gonna be honest, I love the Kilo, I love the AMAX, I love the Growl, I love the HDR, and they are actually pulling me in and getting me excited again. And I know a lot of people feel the exact same way, but they have to find a way to keep us entertained and keep us on this game. All the nostalgia is great, but regular, consistent content is the key to keeping people here. Charlie Intel even tweeted out this, pretty much saying exactly what I'm saying here. Nostalgia with Verdansk won't save all the problems with Warzone, and from what we've heard, Activision is hoping Verdansk can save Warzone's player decline. Nothing we've heard so far, though, suggests there'll be anything significant, hoping we're wrong. Modern Warzone replied to this, saying the one bright side is that Avalon should be ready to go shortly after. So even if the nostalgia wears off quickly and people move on from Verdansk, at least there will be a new map that isn't 2 years away. I think being stuck on one big map for nearly 2 years has really sucked. I don't know what they're going to do with Verdansk because if Avalon is rumored to release in December of 2025, then what does that mean for Verdansk? Or will they push back Avalon completely and give us Verdansk for a whole year? I honestly don't know what to expect here. I'm curious to see how it all plays out. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. You never know with leaks though. I mean, to be fair, if Charlie Intel tweeted it, I think it's real. He normally never tweets anything unless he has some type of like proof.
What the fuck?
I love this gun. Holy shit. Yo, Cafe Frappuccino, what's good, man? How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
What's good, bro? You having a good day?
Let me up, man.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let me up.
All right, tell your homies to come kill me and I got you. Wow. All right, one more try, one more homie.
To your left, to your left, to your left.
No, tell him don't rest, tell him don't rest, tell him don't rest.
Hey,
Yep. Nope, tell him stop. Brother, no, what? No, bro, get me out. Yo, I should have gone for a world record, twin. I should have gone for a world